Fáilte over Codger, you're welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. Now, don't forget later on we're crossing over to Manchester to join Martin Logan, who's out once and again with the Irish community right across the UK. But this week we're coming to you from the lovely island of Inishturk off the coast of Mayo. When's the first sailing to Inishturk?
We're going over now at 10:45 and we're coming back then at 5:15 this evening.
Okay, and it's the once in the morning, back in the evening?
That's it, yeah, once in the morning and back then in the evening.
And how long is the journey?
The journey takes 50 minutes. So you're going over on our ferry, the Navy Kieran, this one here. It's a 97 passenger ferry.
Wow, it's big.
It is a big ferry, yeah. It takes 97 passengers, so it'll just take the 50 minutes to go across.
Okay, what a beautiful day for you.
Couldn't get a nicer day for you. Beautiful.
Your family been involved in the ferry business here?
Yeah, my husband's family, my husband and his brother Charles and Gerard O'Malley, that's running the ferry company now. But for, I suppose, the last 3 generations of their family would have been running boats to Inishturk for that length. So yeah, his father and grandfather before them would have ran boats to Inishturk. So yeah, it's gone on a long time now. And
how's business overall? There's a lot of
business is good, yeah. It has improved a lot in the last few years. We've put a lot of effort into marketing and everything, trying to improve the tourism population going to Inishturk, and yeah, it's improving year on year, and of course it's coming into our busy season now as well. So.
Okay. And what do you do when the weather gets bad? Can people still get in and out?
People can still get in and out for the most part, and there's times when it's particularly bad that we can't land here at Runa, so we go to another pier then just off Connemara and Cleggan. So be a sailing to Cleggan unless it's very, very bad that the boats can't go. But yeah, normally the islanders would either get to Runa or Cleggan if needs be.
So Anne-Marie, you can also make arrangements for other aspects of the trip as well.
We have a road transport service that coincides with the ferry times as well, and then for the likes of groups or that, we can organise special ferries if you want to hire the ferry, organise food on the island, accommodation. So yeah, we can arrange all aspects of the trip for you.
A one-stop shop for everything.
A one-stop shop for everything, exactly.
Great. Lovely.
That's it.
Mary Catherine, this is a very special day for you.
It is, Henry, absolutely. It's 25 years. It's the Silver Jubilee of the club here on Inishturk. And 25 years ago, you know, we were so proud to be able to open this building. Mary Robinson opened it on the 23rd of May 1993. And prior to that, we got together in 1987 as a voluntary committee to fundraise. We literally didn't have a penny. We got together to fundraise and try and bring this project forward. It first came to mind when we had the school reunion back in '86, and we built a marquee at the school to host the reunion, and we had no public building. So following on from that, we thought, you know, why can't we go and do something community based? That's what we did, and we started fundraising in the June of '87, and by the end of that year, from that raffle, we raised £8,000, and we then bought the materials to start the building.
Extraordinary, and for such a small community to raise that kind of money.
Absolutely, there was no grants, nothing available when we started. So all the lads in the island got together and they built it, roofed it, and bit by bit, raffles along the way, you know, dance nights on the mainland, and people really were very generous towards us. And I'm sure they kept saying when they saw me or the like of me coming, not again. But no, they have to say they were well behind us. And then we got, to finish it, we got £13,000 from the National Lottery. And in total at the time we built it for £55,000 because there was so much voluntary labour in it. and then we opened it in '93.
And looking at it now, great facilities in it now over the last number of years.
Absolutely. Like everything has been hosted here, from communions to confirmations, weddings, 21st, all big birthdays, all special occasions, funerals. Everything has been hosted here. It's such a great facility to have. So in 2012, we had plans to refurbish it and extend it. So we applied to Leader. I was working as Community Development Officer at the time, and Mary Helena O'Toole was Administrator in the office with me. And with the voluntary committee at the time, we got together and we put a plan in, and we built it and opened the extension in June of 2013, and that incorporated a new kitchen, restaurant, public toilets and showers, and a total new bar on one end of it. So it has been an absolutely fantastic facility for the island.
When you step back a bit now, Mary Catherine, from your role, you retired from that, but you're not altogether out of the picture, you're still involved.
No, they can't seem to get rid of me. I retired from the office in, I was trying to do it from August of 2015, but I retired from the Development Officer's job in March of 2016. But I was drawn back into it again this year as events coordinator for the island. So that's what I've been doing since last September, Henry.
And you have a number of events throughout the year that you...
We have, yeah. Well, this is our first big event of the year, and we have a country music weekend coming on the weekend of the 15th, 16th of June. In July we have an angling competition, making a weekend out of that on the 13th, 14th of July. And then in August we have a big festival, a sea festival. There'll be a lot of workshops for that, and there's a lot of planning going into that at the moment, so we're hoping that to be a big weekend for the island.
So very proud of today and everybody involved, and looking back now, job well done.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic day. You couldn't buy the weather, it's absolutely beautiful. As I said, we're so proud of this place. We won a Pride of Place award a few years ago, and it was mostly won around this building and this place. And as a community, we are very proud of it. It's great to have it. It's community owned and run, and any profits that would be made on it, which would be very little, but anything that's made on it goes back into the community to fund something else.
We're on Inishturk Island on a beautiful day and a pristine beach, and you're both responsible for getting a green flag for this wonderful beach.
Yes, that's correct, Henry. Well, we have just recently been awarded the green flag for Tranone Beach, and I suppose initially the aim of the green flag is to recognise beaches of high environmental quality and excellent water qualities, and we just knew that Tranone Beach held all of those qualities, and we initially started this process on a CE scheme a couple of years back, and we got involved with Mayo County Council, and we have been doing water sampling over the last number of years, and Robert took over the sampling from Eugene O'Toole and continue with that process right up to this very day, and even going forward the sampling has to continue for each bathing season. We're absolutely delighted with the award. It's fantastic for the whole community. It's great for tourism. We're starting a new initiative on the island of promoting ecotourism, so it's very fitting to the overall plan of the island going forward.
And what makes this different now from one or two of the other beaches on the island?
I suppose it has more sand. The other beaches has a lot of stone. It's more sheltered. The scenery is fabulous. The water quality is excellent. It's just a beautiful place for anybody to come down and have some time to relax and chill out.
And what's the difference between the green flag now and the blue flag for people?
The green flag, as I say, is aimed at the high environmental quality of the beach. The blue flag, you have to have more infrastructure in place, and Tranone at the moment we don't have that infrastructure. Maybe it's something we can look at for the future, but right now we're just very happy to be awarded the Green Post
And wouldn't it be
Award.
a fabulous day to have a barbecue on it now to celebrate the green flag?
Yes, it
was
was.
such a beautiful
it was.
day.
Yeah, we have been known to have fantastic barbecues down here, and we're actually having our first ever seafood festival in August of this year, part of which we hope to actually hold here on the beach in August.
Fantastic, yeah. And where do you go from here now? You've got your green flag, so what's the next plan?
Possibly maybe down the road looking at the blue flag and implementing the necessary infrastructure to make that happen down here at Tranone.
Well, I hope you're enjoying our beautiful programme from Inishturk Island. Don't go away, we've lots more to come in part 2. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the communion of the Holy Spirit be with you all. So many things have changed in 25 years. One thing is I have the text of Mass and an app on the phone today, so that is really different. The two men actually who claimed the phones in 1990 on the island were on the boat this morning. They're here somewhere, so I couldn't imagine with mobile phones 25 years ago with the text of Mass as an app on it. So we give thanks for all that has been, and for all gathered here, and for all who remember. Wonderful to have all the family photos here too, to remember so many. We're there with us in spirit today with all of you and your families especially.
And new that our dark hair would weave a snare that I would someday rule. I saw the danger, yet I passed.
Jack, you're very much involved in the community here on the island in many different aspects.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, and a lot of things that's going on here. Now, I like to keep involved and lend a helping hand in the community.
Yeah, what kind of things do you do?
Well, I'd be whatever would be to be done. Like, I mean, for it, if they set up some sort of product here, they've a garden started now this year, and I lent a few days there, and I like just to keep in touch with what's going on in the community.
And you're involved in the mail as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I do. I'm doing the mail now since 1995. I do it twice a week, and do a bit of other work as well. Like, I mean, do some sea angling and that, and take out groups and whatever is asked of me, I'll do it.
And how is that going for you, the sea angling?
Well, yeah, pretty good. Like, I mean, we get most groups that we take out this year will definitely come back again next year, and they can come back for this coming weekend. I have a group that coming here with this last 19 years now, and they're coming for the long weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they're from Cavan, and they'll do the 3 days, and they stay in the B&B here.
And what kind of fishing can you do here?
Mostly what we get here now, we'll be getting pollock, cod, ling, mackerel, whiting, garnet, like a lot of different varieties of fish. I done a trip last year, now 2-day trip into Achill last year, and one day I got 16 species of fish, and the next day I got 12 different species of fish. So it's a good achievement for, you know.
And can I finally ask you now, today now, 25th anniversary of the community centre, what does it mean now for you people?
Well, it means a lot. Like, I mean, it means that if you look at, you have the kids that have either the father and mother comes here from the island, and they may be married in Westport or Chesapeake, whatever they're married, and they've their kids coming back here playing music, and it's great to see those things. And hopefully in a couple of years' time that they'll come back and join in with our football team with here. We need young blood.
He'll lose his wings at the dawn of day.
Karina, you are the Community Development Coordinator here on Inishturk Island. So what does that entail?
So it entails community development, so working with the community on figuring out how they would like to develop into the future and making that happen with the team, with volunteers and the community themselves. Also responsible for overseeing the community club, the services we provide, like the pub and restaurant and shop, waste management services on the island, providing training, a lot of different kind of overall kind of development. It's quite a
comprehensive role, isn't it?
It's very comprehensive.
You wouldn't think so for a small island.
Yeah.
There's so much happening on it.
That's it, and lobbying is very important as well, to ensure that like our island has a voice. So I'd be on the board of Cogal na Nillan, which is the All Ireland Island Network, to make sure that islands aren't forgotten about.
So what's your vision now in your role for the island here of Inishturk?
Like I was saying, it's definitely not my vision. It's the community's vision. So we have a community plan done by Community Futures, which was sponsored by Mayo County Council. And in that plan is lots of different actions that we want to achieve in a 5-year period. So one of our main aims is to become an eco-island, and that involves increasing eco-tourism. We're developing eco-accommodation, waste management services, so we have like a recycling initiative, and also we've just got the Green Coast Award for the island, so a lot of volunteer hours went into that. I'll name the people because two in particular, Mary Helena O'Toole and Robert O'Toole, went down to the bay and took water samples and sent them out on a weekly basis to get that. So there's a lot of community effort involved in everything. We have a community garden as well, and that plot of land was donated by Mikey and Marianne O'Toole here. So the whole community is coming together and really giving all they can to help us develop into the next stage, while keeping Inishturk the same, because we love how quiet it is here. It was described to me before as a museum of island life, because we haven't developed. So we just want to develop in line with the way things are.
And in that time, within the community, there's been births, as is very evident here today with all the babies that are running around. There's been marriages, there's been deaths, christenings, communions, confirmations, you name it, it all happens here within these 4 walls.
Maggie, you've a double role here on Inishturk Island.
Indeed I do. My main role here on the island is that of the island nurse, and my other role is I am the chairperson of the Community Council.
Right. So what does that entail?
Well, the Community Council, we're made up of 7 or 8 members, and we meet once a month, and we are really the go-between the community here on the island and the community coordinator, Karina, and any issues we try and get them all ironed out and run a peaceful island, happy, peaceful island. Yeah.
Now, of course, you welcomed everybody here for this great celebration today.
Indeed, yes. We've been here for about 3.5 years now, so my knowledge of the island is not as extensive as everybody else. So it was very nice to be able to welcome here as a blow-in, as an outsider, and just to welcome everybody here to the island, and for everybody to enjoy what we enjoy on a daily basis, and what people on the island have enjoyed for generations, really.
Danny, you're involved in the tourism aspect here on the island in a way, particularly with the walks.
I am. We have a very popular loop walk here on the island. We've two options. We have a 5 kilometre loop walk and an 8 kilometre loop walk. The 5 kilometre inner loop walk kind of stays on track, if you like. It's a track around the island, takes you down by the football pitch, around by the beach, around by the community club here, all the way around to the harbour. The other one then, the 8 kilometre one, is an extension of that kind of takes you off-road a little bit and takes you to what I regard as the money shots of the island, the cliffs up on top of the mountain to see the lookout tower, things like that if you're willing to kind of step away from the beaten path a little bit, you'll see the money shots.
And they've become very popular now for tourists.
Very popular, yeah. Not to mention obviously the branding and the marketing that they do here to help the island, but that's one of the most popular events that people do when they come here, is the loop walk. You get day trippers, we get overnight trippers, we get people that stay for maybe a night or two if they have the time. Come from all walks of life, from all over the country, from the UK, Ireland and the USA.
And this new recent loop walk here on Inishturk, it's all part of the Mayo Tourism Development Plan.
It is, of course. It's one of many things, and for Inishturk it's very important because, again, they're trying to attract visitors here to the island. It's a small island, small population that do fantastic work. We have a great working relationship with them, and it was great over the years to develop the loop walk, and it's one of the many things, along with this fantastic community centre here, 25 years in operation, and it's great to be here on that day. It's very, very important.
It must be a mammoth job trying to develop a loop walk like that, for tourism.
Sometimes it can be tricky because you have to get permissive access, and you have to work with communities in terms of trying to get agreements through. But here in Inishturk, I have to say, they came to us, and they really want to promote the island, so they came to us and they said, look, we'll work with you if you work with us and help us try and establish the island and establish the walk and put it on the map. So for us it was very, very easy to do this piece of work here on Inishturk.